Welcome to the knowledge of the jurisprudence. This is the course of jurisprudence. Lesson number 3 is going to deal with the problem of definition. What is the jurisprudence? We have already alluded to some elements and areas of the definition, but we have not really captured the full blow definition of what is the jurisprudence. However, still, we have the classic definition, modern definition, and the contemporary definition. The definition is very important because it enables us to get to know what we are actually talking about. What are the trends of thinking? What are the thoughts around that particular knowledge? What have people documented in the past? And what are we able to tell when we are asked, what is the jurisprudence? Where do we find the jurisprudence in the practice? And how important, how significant is the jurisprudence? Point number 3.1. Law as a discipline is a recent study. It is a creation of the 19th century by Professor Jeremy Bentham that rendered law a university discipline. But before that time, the question of law or normative science or the science of rules was not pursued as part of high learning or high education, or the education for life, as the philosophers had already alluded. But so much had already happened even before Jeremy Bentham. The Magna Carta, the development of the English common law from King William the Conqueror from Normandy to the recent time that we can explain historically and establish. Point number 3.2, we find that the knowledge of law or the philosophy of law has developed along these historical lines. Within these historical parameters, we can tell how the evolvement and development of the knowledge of law has happened. That is the study of law, backing it up with the human life, the life of men in the society. That means human beings are social animals, as Aristotle had already postulated in his philosophical arguments and inquiries. However, besides this, it is very important to engage our thought with the jurisprudence as a wider and a broader understanding of the knowledge of law. That means law is just a subset of the jurisprudence. That is why Jeremy Bentham speaks of the province of law, to contain the study of law and distinguish it from other studies, other fields, from morality, from ethics, from religion. We are going to get there very soon. Another point I want us to get here and run away with is point number 3.4. It is a science. Law is a science, and this is known from the Greeks. In this case, science is what we call prudentia. Science is knowledge. It is the way our mind, in terms of ideas, the work of the mind, interacts or engages with the knowable and leaves out the unknowable. And that is why the unknowable is left to the mysteries or mysticism that belongs to the religious world. But the philosophers were so much concerned with the knowable, what we are able to perceive through our senses, but also to conceive through our mind, through the brain. we are going to get there as well. Point number 3.5, it is a practice. The practice of law engages us with the Romans who actually initiated it. The Romans were very skillful in designing the law in terms of rules, such rules that were in writing, in tablets, were actually put to control and guide the societal life. Ius civilis of the Romans was supposed to govern the relationship among the citizens of the Roman Empire. But remember, the Roman Empire also had got non-citizens, the slaves, within quotes. But also the Romans had got some connections with other nations, and that is what brought the ius gentium, that is the law concerned with the relationship with other nations, which today we translate into the public international law. In this case, again, we see that law and justice form the basis of the concern of the jurisprudence as we study it, as we learn it, as it is taught, but also as we find it in treatises and documentations that are available for our readings. It is here, therefore, very important to understand the contemporary definition of the jurisprudence. This is where we find jurisprudence and its approaches. Let us keep it there. The jurisprudence and different approaches. So these different approaches are as follows. We have natural law theory. Theories are approaches. They are methods to help us explain certain things, certain thinking and practices, certain systems. In this case, we find that as taking more of natural philosophical thinking that is seen in the sense of law or the normative sciences. And again, we have the legal positivism. Legal positivism, in this case, is a theory that also comes up with legal method known as positive law or positive method, empirical method. This one emerges in the British Isle, in the United Kingdom, or in England. We are going to see that as well. The third one, social jurisprudence. This is more concerned with ideas such as socialism, but we can link its origin with Marxism, with Karl Marx. Number 4, we have sociological jurisprudence, which also we can relate to Max Weber, a German who founded the sociology of law. And Max Weber is the one who actually addressed law within the study of sociology in his thinking and writing on the society and the economy. In that case, we find issues of the bureaucracy, the rule of law, and all the rest. Number 5, the legal pluralism. This one links the knowledge of law with the cultures of the people, the civilizations. Law is a construct of the people's cultures. It's a product or a byproduct of human civilizations. Then number 6 is looking at what is known as the international jurisprudence. That is where we deal with issues of rights, issues of our common origin, our identity as humanity or members of the humanity. And this is where we also extract the branch known as human rights law. That brings us also to the public international law, the private international law. And in this case, the international jurisprudence is another advanced area of the jurisprudence. Number 7, the critical legal studies. This is quite recent. Actually, it was initiated by certain professors of Harvard University in the United States of America, such as Kenneth Duncan and his colleagues, together also with legal thinkers from the School of Oriental and African Studies known as SOAS in London, the London University that was founded by Jeremy Bentham back in the 19th century. In this case, it is very critical and very important to move very fast to the learning outcome. What have we learned today? Number 1, that law is both theory and practice. Number 2, law defines justice. What is just and what is unjust. What is legal, what is illegal. What is licit and what is illicit. Number 3, the authority of law. Does the law have any authority? And if it does, from where and what qualifies the law to have that authority over individuals? Number 4, why obey the law? Why do we need to obey the law? And number 5, the understanding or the knowledge of law based on the universality of the theory, parting from different approaches. Thank you for being here, and bye for now.